Hey friends, and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Courtney and I am so excited to try this hot honey beef bowl. I've just recently introduced dairy back into my diet since our son is doing OIT, and I feel like it's safe enough to bring dairy back into our home. So it's basically a bowl of goodness that hopefully is delicious together. So we've got taco meat, sweet potatoes, and then we have some cottage cheese with hot honey, and then some guac. Well, not guac. I should have done guac. That would have been actually really good, but it is diced avocado. Let's get started and make this together.
First, I'm going to start off with the sweet potatoes. You can use 2 small medium sweet potatoes or 1 large one. I ended up using 2 medium small ones. My family's not a huge fan of sweet potatoes that are like sweet, so I went ahead and did taco seasoning. I don't have my taco seasoning mix, so I'm using all of the seasonings individually, which is black pepper, kosher salt, chili powder, paprika. Then we have granulated garlic, granulated onion, cumin, and oregano, and I think I said them all. I should actually make it. I always have it made in the cabinet, but I used it all last time. I should make that with you guys. I think you guys would really enjoy that. If you want it, I can link it below. I already have the recipe on my website, which you can print for free. Then I'm just going to do that to because I'm pretty familiar with how it needs to be seasoned. Try not to drop any sweet potatoes. And then we're going to mix it up so the avocado oil and the seasoning coats each an individual cube of potato. Now, if you wanted, you could cut these a little bit bigger or smaller. My family likes little bite-sized pieces, so that's what I went ahead and did. You can bake this in the oven or you can use your air fryer. I'm going to cook them in my air fryer for 400 degrees for about 15 minutes, and I like to toss them once in between. Today, since I cut them a little thinner and smaller, I only cooked them for about 12 minutes and they were perfect. Then I had some ground beef that I had from the freezer defrosting overnight, and then I'm just going to be cooking that. This again is the same mix. I'm using taco seasoning. I'm using it by eye, but if you need that recipe, it's linked below. So again, the same seasonings that I listed before, and these work well. Usually I would add some flour to my mix, but since I'm using the recipe that everybody else did, and we're kind of trying to keep this like healthier, I'm trying to avoid any gluten or any added essentials like that, because I do like my all-purpose flour in there. I feel like it helps it get like more of like a sauce, but I think I need that more for tacos, not so much like a bowl like this. So we're leaving that out. Then I like to take my potato masher and just make sure that the beef is making contact with the hot cast iron skillet. This way it can get that beautiful browning. And then once I hear it really searing, I'm just going to smash it up. So this way we can really get that seasoning in there. I only season halfway, meaning I use just half of the amount that I'm going to need. I like to cook with the seasoning, and then I also like to boil it at the end with the seasoning. So now we're just going to let that meat brown and get some really good flavor. Once it's fully cooked, I'm going to add in my water, again, add in those seasonings. So this way I can make sure that I have a really good tasting meat. You want to taste it once it's done. If it's not seasoned enough, you can always add more seasoning. You cannot take it out, but you can always add it. My grandma taught me that when I was a kid, and I stand true to that. Thanks, Grandma, for letting me know. I'm just going to clean up that meat. I felt like it needed a little bit more water, so I'm mixing that in just so it can get a little bit more moistened. I did use 85% lean ground beef, and I did remove a little bit of the fat. I usually don't do that. I wanted to make this a little bit more of a healthier and lighter recipe. I feel like that's what the whole hot honey bowl is. So that's what I did. And then once this is done, I'm going to plate it up. It looks perfect. My seasoning is spot on. And I always say, taste as you go. Everything should be flavorful. When you're cutting the avocado, if you want, you could even add a little bit of salt to that, but this is ready to plate up. Our sweet potatoes, the avocado, then we have the ground beef. And then for the hot honey, I'm just putting it on the cottage cheese because I'm not super into honey, and we'll see how it goes.
So here's the hot honey beef bowl. Everything is plated. We have the avocado, we have some roasted sweet potatoes. I did air fryer roasted sweet potatoes just to keep it super simple. And then some ground taco meat. And then for the avocado, I make sure it's a Haas avocado because they're the best. And then I used some good cottage cheese with the Mike's hot honey, and let's give it a taste and see how it is all together. I'm so excited to try this. I know they all taste delicious separately, but not sure about together. I was tempted to make this into like a dressing and like a drizzle over with the cottage cheese, the hot honey, and the avocado, like just drizzle it over, maybe add some lime juice. And I think that still would be good, maybe some cilantro in there too. Let's go. I'm gonna add it all together, get a little bite of each on my spoon. I am a little skeptical. So here's a bite with everything on it. If you've tried this, leave a comment below and let me know what you think of it. This is my first taste. Ready? It's actually really good. The way it's together, the cottage cheese actually takes on the role of sour cream. So like I said, I would love to blend them together. It would be really good as like a crema over it. It's with the hot honey, guys, it's really good. I was really skeptical. Wow. This might be my new favorite. Oh my. It's really good. I know some people put cinnamon on the sweet potato, but I don't like my sweet potatoes like that if I'm gonna be using it for like taco kind of thing. Still really tempted to take that cottage cheese, mix it with the avocado and make that crema with some cilantro or lime. I feel like it'll bring it up a little bit of a notch. Overall, I'd give this a solid 8. This is really good, and I think I'll probably end up making it again. I'm excited to see what my husband thinks. He's not quite home from work yet, probably another 15 minutes. I'll let you guys know what he thinks, and we will see you guys soon. Bye friends, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you.